Rev it up and woo! Wheel hop. We've got a 7,000 RPM red line. It revs all the way to it. It pulls, but I think we could probably do better than that. Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
And I'm Tucker.
And this is Mazda's attempt at making their European style sports car more daily livable. This is a 2025 Mazda MX-5 Miata Club RF. Yes, with a retractable hardtop. And in this video, Tucker and I will tell you what it's been like to live with. Tucker, I think it's been a while since you and I have done a video together. In fact, the last one you and I did together was also a Mazda. It was their CX-50 hybrid that we also did on your Tucker's Talk YouTube channel.
Yes.
But sadly, this car is a little too small for Mommy to go with us.
Right. Only 2 rows.
Yeah, only 2 seats. So in this one, I chose to take you with me because she's already done a video on an MX-5 Miata. And since this one is your favorite color and a convertible, which we know you love, I figured it was only right to bring my son with me on this one.
Right. Plus it's a manual, which mine can't drive.
Yet. One of these days I'll get to teach her.
Yeah.
When talking about exterior styling, I don't think the Miata has ever looked better than this ND variation, the 4th generation of Miata. It's aggressive, it's cute, it's all things wrapped into one. And again, I will just say how much I love this Soul Red Crystal, but not much has changed since the last time we reviewed a Miata here on the channel. This being a club, we get the same BBS forged wheels, the Brembo brakes back behind, the Bridgestone Potenza tires, and I would wish for a slightly better tire, but those are an easy swap. And being that those are what come on it from the factory, I would probably get a Pilot Cup series tire, something along those, or Pilot Sport tire, something in that more aggressive traction configuration. But the biggest differentiation between any Miata we've tested on this channel so far is right here in the profile. You can see we have that hard top convertible roof on this one that does go back into the trunk area without much fanfare. You do have to be going under 6 miles per hour for that top mechanism to work, and you cannot be in reverse either. So there are some limitations to this power operated roof, but it does have a very sleek profile thanks to these flying buttresses that come off the roof line, really just kind of adding to the overall style. And then again, you can see just the way the light is catching this Soul Red Crystal, just how beautiful this car is. Very simplistic rear end design, nothing too fancy going on back here. We have our LED lights and very simplistic badging. Being that we have the club, we get the black lip spoiler on the trunk and the black ground effects package to go with this one as well. But that brings me to, I'm gonna ask you some of the same questions I asked Mommy. What do you think of the exterior styling of this MX-5 Miata from Mazda?
Well, I really like it. I like how the red metal from the outside comes inside.
I know. That's perhaps the coolest part. The fact that you have body color on the inside as well as the outside.
I know.
And what color is this one painted?
Red.
Yes, Mazda's famous Soul Red Crystal. Everybody's trying to copy this red paint. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, you remember the minivan we had last week?
Yes.
They were trying to copy this red paint with that minivan.
Really?
Yeah, everybody wants their own Soul Red Crystal, but Mazda are the ones that made it. Mwah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do you like about the exterior style of this car? Is it a big car?
No.
I tricked you with that one.
Yep.
So what else do you like about the exterior of it? It's red, we know you like that. Right. It's a convertible, which we'll put the top down here in a little bit.
Right.
We were able to park this one in our garage in a spot that also had a bunch of other stuff in it, which was really cool. You may have noticed Tucker is sitting inside, keeping cool, but we do have proximity keys with very easy access. You can lock and unlock with push of a button right there. And when you do open the doors, you can see just how much space we do or don't have on the inside. As Tucker really loves, we have that soul red crystal coming onto the inside. All of our window controls with a textured panel here with some cool detail. We've got the contrasting stitching, which is very nice. And then given our club model, we have the Recaro bucket seats. They have suede inserts. They are heated and they do have Bose speakers there in the headrest. I am going to do my best to not make old man noises climbing into this one, but you can see very simplistic, typical Mazda steering wheel here. A very driver-centric gauge cluster, all analog gauges, but we do have a small digital helper screen with fuel display and such over here to the left. But your tach is front and center. You do have a gear indicator right here, and then your speedometer is over to the right side. No head-up display, no real additional information given to you other than what's right here. We do have a touchscreen infotainment system here that is fully touch when the vehicle is still, but when the vehicle is in motion, you are going to have to use the command knob. We have single zone manual climate control, 6-speed manual transmission, movable cup holder. So we have this cup holder is currently in that configuration, but we can bring it back here and put it back behind us in the back. It does lock into place there. Now it is out of the way. Tucker's being silly right now. He does have a slightly compromised footwell storage here. He's got his foot on the big hump that is on the passenger side over here. Very small center console. You can keep maybe a travel pack of Kleenex in there, but not much else. A manual handbrake in this, which is something we're seeing disappear left and right in vehicles. Heated seat controls right here. There is our light indicator for his passenger side airbag, so you know that he is safe riding over here when that is illuminated. And then our electronic switch for the power operated roof. Again, it's backwards. You go up to put the roof down, and you go down to put the roof up. It is slightly silly in that aspect, but it does go down rather quickly and make for a very nice open air experience in just a few seconds. Other storage you get in here, Tucker, I'm going to have to ask you to move your drink real quick because I want to show them the glove box, which is actually back here behind us, and it is large enough to hide and house my iPad mini. So that was hiding there in the glove box. So there is some room and some storage in this one, just not a whole lot.
What I also like is that I can play with the screen without even touching it.
I knew you were you are your mother's son in that respect. So Mazda has what they call their command knob. This is a touchscreen operated system here, except for when the Miata is in motion, and then you've got to use the command knob joystick dial down here that Tucker is currently cycling through all of our playlists on wireless Apple CarPlay. So we have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm currently plugged in just to give my phone some juice while we're on the trip using the USB-C port. So you've got options, and he really likes being able to twist the knob and control it without having to reach so far, which for you is a little bit of a reach, but right here, it's pretty easy for me. There's not a lot of extra space in this car, is there?
Right.
Tucker? Now, what do we normally talk about when we get to this part of our review?
Talk about putting in my child safety seat.
But you're not in your child safety seat, are you?
No.
Well, we're still going to cut outside the car and talk about what this is like for a 7-year-old to ride along with. And then I'll show you just how much storage space is in the trunk. Putting in Tucker's booster seat is actually quite easy in this, though there is no way to put in his typical 5-point harness child safety seat because we do not have lower latches, we do not have top tethers, we do not have any of the connection points, and it is a little bit too narrow of a seat to do the seatbelt method. The owner's manual does give you explicit directions on who can ride here in the passenger seat, but Tucker does meet those requirements with his booster seat. It is very easy to install. There, it's installed. And another thing that you'll want to do when installing a booster seat is make sure that light stays illuminated, meaning that the passenger side airbag is off. But yes, now he can very comfortably ride up front here. And when perhaps his mother wants to ride in the passenger seat, go for a ride in the convertible with the top down, well, we can just take his booster seat back here to the trunk. There's an electronic release latch there. And we have a decent sized trunk, especially considering the top is down right now. The top does not take up any additional space here in the trunk, top up or down. And you can see it's plenty of space for his booster seat, for my backpack, and enough for a weekend's worth of luggage for a couple of people looking to get away. Okay, Tucker, so we've got a small trunk back there. We've already talked about your child seat, and you are actually in your booster seat because there's no way to put your child seat in here.
Right.
They don't have any of the connection points. And so booster seat it is. Luckily for you, you've finally reached the age where a booster seat is acceptable. So you actually get to join me on this review.
All right.
The last time we had a two-seat sports car was a Nissan Z. You and Mommy did that one without me, but you were still in your 5-point harness, weren't you? Yeah.
Yep.
So tips to young families: if you want your little one to ride with you, you're going to have to wait until they are booster seat eligible. And then you also need to make sure that the automatic airbag does not turn on. We have this little display light down here saying that the passenger airbag is off. There is a weight sensor in Tucker's seat that if he weighed enough, that airbag would turn on and deploy in the event of a crash. But for him, we don't have that concern.
Right.
Now what are we going to talk about, Tucker?
Wobbly head.
Yeah, we are turning on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, where we can talk about what the ride is like in our daily life on the historic brick streets. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a little wobbly, but kind of wobbly.
Oh, that didn't sound as bad as I thought it would.
I know, and it didn't feel as bad as I thought it would either.
Yeah, that was the biggest bump. We're definitely in a sports car, aren't we, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the smoothest vehicle we've ever taken down this road. But when talking about a sports car like this MX-5 Miata, yeah, it's practical to talk about what it would be like in your daily commute. But I think it'd be more fun to take this one out on your favorite driving road. What do you think, Tucker?
Yes, that's awesome in a sports car.
So Tucker is not normally with me when I do my 0 to 60 acceleration runs, but who is? Well, that would be Racebox. They supply us with our GPS race timer that does 0 to 60 testing and lap testing. So if you want one of these Racebox timers for your vehicle, use the link and promo code down in the description below. All right, Tucker, we're gonna put it in sport mode, which turns traction control off.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all we had to do.
Yeah.
Push one button and it's ready to see how fast this thing goes.
Yeah, but
Do you think this car is meant to go fast in a straight line or fast in corners?
fast in corners?
Yep. So fast in a straight line is not its first objective, which probably means it's not going to be super fast here in this 0 to 60 run.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do my best to get the most out of it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Set, here we go. Rev it up and woo! Wheel hop. We've got a 7,000 RPM red line. It revs all the way to it. It pulls, but 7.24 seconds, 0 to 60. I think we could probably do better than that.
Yeah.
But with just a few practice runs under my belt, with a lot of wheel slip from those Bridgestone tires, yes, I am 100% positive a more capable driver could get more out of them. But that's what I got. We'll try it again at the end of the review to see if I can't do a little bit better. How about that?
Yeah.
I have to thank Mazda for finally getting it right. Our third time was truly the charm. because this is the only color a Miata should come in, Soul Red Crystal. Previously, we had a brown and a gray, but red, Soul Red Crystal. This is what a Miata should come in. But while we're up front here, let's talk a little bit about what motivates this little bitty sports car from Mazda, and that is their naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine underneath the hood here. You can see it is properly oriented for the rear drive format that we have here, and it makes 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque on the premium 91 plus octane that is recommended for this vehicle. It does, of course, put power down exclusively to the back two tires through a 6-speed transmission, which is very slick shifting and has a very good clutch, all of which I won't dive into too much while I'm driving with Tucker, but suffice it to say, it is a really good setup. We will 0 to 60 test this car, and those numbers are less than spectacular, but that is not what a Miata is built for. A Miata is built for the true driving pleasure, which I guess we can hop behind the wheel and talk about. All right, Tucker, before we turn on my favorite driving road, I have to ask you, just how comfortable are you over there in the passenger seat?
It's pretty good. Like, there's a little lump down here, though.
Yeah, you got the packaging of a small car. It means there's stuff that has to go somewhere, and unfortunately the passenger pays a penalty. So anybody taller than Tucker is definitely going to be fighting for foot space in the passenger well, but me as a driver, I really don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Some things I do have to worry about is, even though we do have a convertible, the RF, the hardtop convertible, does come with some sacrifices of its own. Sure, it gives you a more quiet ride when the top is up, a more secure ride when the top is up. Did you see that deer?
Yeah.
It does come with a few drawbacks, and that is most obvious when I try and check over my left shoulder. This has a big blind spot over my left shoulder. I've got a flat mirror over here, not a convex mirror, and a big blind spot with the roof mechanism back here. So unfortunately, in traffic like we just were, this is a little bit of a sketchy vehicle to be zipping in and out and around vehicles, unlike the soft top version of the Miata. So there are some trade-offs when you go for the hard top versus the soft top. But as we are now on my favorite driving road, we are in both my happy place and the car's happy place, because yes, as we proved out with the 7.24 second 0 to 60 run, this thing is not a drag racer. That is not what this thing was meant for. This is a European style sports car. This is meant to carve corners beautifully, and thanks to its low weight, its short wheelbase, and its overall perfect driving dynamics, this really is a great vehicle to take down a road just like this one. It really does inspire a lot of confidence as you're carving corners and zipping around corners. And given that we have the club version, we have Brembo brakes that make us stop on a dime. We've already talked about the 6-speed manual transmission that is so much fun to row through the gears. And then the suspension, the overall size and weight of this vehicle just means you're going to be tossing it around corners a lot, though we're having to watch out for deer, like that baby white-tailed deer right on the side of the road there. A lot on our test journey here. So this Soul Red Crystal may or may not be a warning sign to all the deer out here on our driving road, our testing road, that maybe, yeah, get out of our way. But let's warn these Bronco Raptor drivers that there's some deer up there. Unfortunately, yes, the deer have taken over my test loop when it comes to fun driving vehicles, and I can only push these cars so much in open traffic, in non-closed race course situations. Tucker, what's it been like riding over there? Is it comfortable?
Yes, very comfortable, but I really don't like it when I lean back. I can not even see the road.
Yeah, your visibility from your booster seat is a little bit limited over there, isn't it?
I know.
And going at faster speeds, twisting and carving around corners, are you getting car sick at all, or
No.
no? It's just a little hard for you to see from your booster seat, huh?
Yeah.
Other things I really like on this is the oneness that you as a driver feel with the car. It is something that Mazda is very proud of. The horse and driver are one, and you absolutely feel it. This car informs all the other vehicles Mazda makes. It is this driving experience that Mazda is trying to convey in all of their other vehicles, which unfortunately are all crossovers and one sedan slash hatchback in the lineup. So this really is the best driving Mazda vehicle that there is, and everything else is some sort of derivation of what Mazda is trying to do here in the MX-5. So now, as we're getting to the end of the twisty bit, we're going to do a couple more 0 to 60 runs in this one. See if I can't best my 7.24 second 0 to 60 that I got on run 1. Do you think I can do better than that, T-Man?
Yeah.
All right, so first thing we're going to do, we are still in sport mode, traction control off. We're going to come to a complete stop. Put it in first gear. We're gonna rev it up and dump the clutch. Oh, okay, we're getting a little bit better. There we go. I think I did a little bit better on that one. We will see when we get to it. 7.10 seconds, so I'm getting a little bit better. What do you say, one more run?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it into the 6 seconds. So let's see if we can get into the 6 second range here with the MX-5. You ready, Tucker?
Yep.
We're gonna rev it up, do it a little bit less this time, and off we go. Ooh, a lot of wheel spin, loose gravel underneath us. We're gonna keep revving up past the 7,000 RPM, and 7.11. I did slightly worse on that one. But as I mentioned, you can get a race box for yourself and test out your vehicle. And if you have an MX-5 Miata, why don't you post your 0 to 60 times down in the comments below. I know I'm not the best at it. I always get a little bit worried testing a manual transmission vehicle, because even though I have daily driven a manual transmission for 13 years now, I don't typically run them 0 to 60 every single time I get in the car.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely post your 0 to 60 times down in the comments below. All right, bud, what else do we need to talk about?
I don't know.
Storage, interior
Yeah.
storage. Do you have a glove box up here?
No, because it's back here.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
No.
Is that weird?
Yeah, and remember when you were talking about camp
Yeah.
earlier? This is still what's in the glove box.
Yeah, so picking you up from camp, I had to reach back there every day to get your parking tag and pick you up from camp. It would be nice to have a glove box underneath the front passenger side of the dashboard over there. But the reason that we don't have a glove box back there, can you guess?
Because it's such a small car.
It's such a small car, so they had to get creative about where they put stuff and packaged things here in this MX-5 Miata. And well, that's where our glove box storage is. We also get a teeny tiny center console right here. What do you think you could put in that center console, bud?
Well,
Not a whole lot, right?
yeah, probably.
Packet Kleenex.
Yeah, probably just what? Probably like just 5 Kleenex.
Yeah,
Yeah, and probably just a necklace and earring.
yeah, probably. All right, last thing I'm gonna ask you, what do you think of these seats? You don't typically get to ride in your booster seat in cars, but these are Recaro racing seats. Did they feel like they hold you in?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty comfortable. And if we were listening to the Bose sound system with the top down, we actually have speakers in our headrest. Isn't that cool?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, the holes in the headrest are speakers?
Yeah, speakers in the headrest to make it easier for us to hear with the top down.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff, right?
Yep.
Now, since we are at the end of this video, why don't we do what we normally do with Mommy in the car? We'll talk fuel economy and price. First, I will say this is a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that does not have to pull around a lot of weight. So I will put the EPA numbers on screen here as we pass by some more deer. But suffice it to say, in our 150 miles with it, we are getting 30.2 mpg, which is quite stellar, actually. Now, Tucker,
Yes?
I will tell you, this is a very well-equipped version of the MX-5 Miata.
Right.
And we had to pay a little bit more for the hardtop convertible in this one.
Right.
So my question is to you, what do you think the price is of this sports car?
I would say like 98.
No, you are way too high.
Oh.
Go down.
Hey. 49.
Much closer, but still just a little bit lower.
45.
Little bit lower.
42.
$430. What do you think about that?
Pretty good.
It's half of what you started at.
I
so
know.
it's affordable, but as I was having conversations with friends and family member, they were kind of saying $42,000 is a little bit much for what is essentially a weekend toy. Because as we mentioned at the beginning of this, Mommy's not riding with us because
Right.
there's no place to put her, right?
Yes. Plus, manual, which she cannot drive.
Right. So yeah, $42,000 is affordable for a sports car in 2025. Keep in mind, this one is very well equipped, but for us as a family of 3, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you want to see more from us here at GT Garage Talk, you can definitely follow along with us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. You can go check out Tucker's YouTube channel,
Which I released a new show just last night.
Yes, what were we doing in that video, bud?
Talking about Hot Wheels.
Yeah, we were guest judges at the Austin, Texas Hot Wheels Legends Tour. First time the Hot Wheels Legends Tour has ever been in Austin, Texas, and we helped pick the semifinalists from that show. Be sure and hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified every time a new video drops from us. And until next time, Gearheads.
Bye.
Bye. This is how I start all my videos. You ready?
Okay.
Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
And I'm Tucker.
Let's go out that direction though.
Okay.
Because that's less room for you to move, okay? You ready? Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
And I'm Tucker.
And